If you spend all your time eating and feeding and not exercising, you fall into this chair right here. How many of y'all know what this is? It's called a high chair. Some of y'all are like, I haven't seen one of them in a long time, right? But there's people that move from that chair into this chair because they have no exercise. Are you with me? They go straight up high chair on you. You're like, you were doing great, brother, and then you got in that high chair. What happened? But it's not a high chair as much as I think it's called an eye chair. I want to get fed. I want to go deep. I want worship to be about me. I want a longer service. I want more altars. I want nobody to sit in my seat. I want a close parking spot. I want this. I want that. And it becomes an eye chair. We have to guard against this, church, because this can become our personal reality right here. We should always take the strength and the nourishment that we get when we eat of the bread of life, and we should always push away from the table and say, how can I help and how can I serve? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because the temptation is this. The temptation is around what happens when we get in this chair is essentially the pastors and leaders have to turn their back on the other three chairs and give all of their attention on the eye chair. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And that's not healthy, is it? That's not the way this is supposed to work. And so the ministers find that they've got everything's about that person or that group of people, and you forget that you've got to minister to the family, and it's now not become the family, it's become about this, the eye chair. This mentality right here is the antithesis of the gospel. It goes against everything the Bible teaches right here. We love all four chairs, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all are like, I'm in the fourth chair. I'm in the eye chair. Listen, you're loved. You're in this chair, you're loved. You're in that chair, you're loved. All of them are loved. All of them are loved by leadership. All of them are loved by God. And the church, we're doing all this stuff. And if we're doing this well as a church, if we're feeding well, if we're ministering well, if we're doing what God's called us to do, we're feeding the masses, we've got a healthy ecosystem having here, then guess what happens? The church should always be in a constant state of expansion.